Welcome to The John Show with your host, John Doogie Clouser.
All right. What's going on, everyone? How are you? We are here on a new episode of the Juan Solo Show with your host, me, Juan D. Clouser. This is episode 194. Can you believe it? 194 episodes. It really is. I would like to thank all of the people who came before me. I want to thank that company way back in the day to give me a chance. Literally did not tell me. They're just like, yeah, here's a tour of the place, and then yeah, you start Monday. That's pretty much how it was. So give me the chance so I can then learn audio equipment, and then from there I can just annoy people now, almost 12, 13 years later. Oh man, we are good. So I hope you guys are doing swell. Well, fantastic. This is Monday. How should this is Monday the 13th, Monday the 13th. We have a great Monday Night Football game tonight. It's like Broncos versus, let's see here, at the Bills. So that's it's interesting because, like, I don't know. I don't see a little me. I can't like the Bills too much just because the fact that, like, they have to eventually would have to play against Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl. So I can only like them so much. I respect them. Am I as worried as I used to be previous years? No, not as much. But it also could be just because, like, they're just so up and down. It's so hard. Like, it always, like, all this fucked up shit always ends up happening to the Bills. It's like they have the worst luck. They've always had the worst luck. Who goes to 4 Super Bowls in a row and loses every single one of them? Who does that? You would think just statistics, distillery, that you'd at least won one. You'd win one of them, but you didn't. It's almost as bad. It's almost as bad as, like, finally finding out that Michigan, Jim Harbaugh's going to have a 3-game suspension. Like, you guys did all that bitching and all that moaning, all that. They stole our signs. Do you understand that they're stealing our signs? Can you believe that they're stealing our signs? It's like, yeah, like they are. Like, everyone steals everyone's signs. That's part of the fucking game, you dumb fucking moron. Like, you really think that if someone can understand a call, that they're not going to go ahead and then be like, okay, well, blue jacket means that they're going to do a straight up blitz, or they're going to do a straight up handoff. Like, why would you not then react to it? Like, it's incredibly silly. Like, now I will give you, I guess you shouldn't go to other teams' games the week before and scout them out. And I know there was this whole thing of, like, there's the honor system where, like, we give everyone film, and it's because it's not the same as showing signs and all that stuff. But you know what? Hey, how about this? How about you put microphones, walkies inside the helmets, like every high school team does, every NFL team does. And they want to turn around these universities. The NCAA want to play like, well, it's not equal. It's not fair because not every program can put a walkie inside the earphone. They just can't. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you don't know about college football, there's this about 4-week window at the beginning of the season, the first month, where these top-notch schools, UCLA, you have USC, you have Washington, you have Alabama, you have Ohio State, they pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to some Boise butt-fuck nowhere state directional school university to come and get the living shit beat out of them to lose 99-7. They do it every year. So if you're telling me that you don't have the money to put into hockey, so you're saying that the team who can pay for 4 wins in the beginning of the season, they don't have enough money, but then you're telling me the team who's getting paid to get the shit beat out of them don't have money for this. It's like you're lying. You're fucking lying. You're a liar. You're a goddamn liar. And you're like, John, but then it's like, you know what? Hey, every university, everyone from NCAA, Division I to NAIA, they all, and I tell you, they all have athletic directors, and their job as an athletic director is to get sponsors, to get companies to come in, to make sure, to use the money correctly, those kind of things. So don't sit here and tell me they don't have the money to do this, because they do. They just refuse to. They're just like, well, we don't know what to do. We're so worried, and we don't know how to take care of this. It's like, it's just absurd. It is just absurd that this is what we're doing. That this is the thing, that sign stealing. If it wasn't that, and the thing is that it's so obvious what happened. He pissed someone off. He said something wrong to someone, and guess what? Now what happened? Guess what? Now everyone's gonna come after him because he fucking tugged on the wrong cunt hair, and now this is where we're at. It's absurd and it's ridiculous, and there's no need, because like, in the time that you guys are doing this, what you guys should have been doing is figuring out how to do a 12-team playoff. That's what you should have been working on. You should have been doing that instead of this 4-team bullshit, because it's stupid. That's incredibly stupid, because there's no point in having a top 25. Just have a top 4. That's all you should have. You should have a top 4, and that is it. And then after that, who gives a fuck? Then I guess you just give people randomly a bowl, and you play them against someone else, and they will play in that bowl. Like, you don't, because obviously you don't care about this, because it's so absurd. Why you would not want to have, hell, I would understand why you want to have like a 16-team system or something like that. Like have the first, the 1 through 8. What they will do is they have a bye week, the first week of the playoffs. 8 through 16 play against each other, and the winners of that will play the top school. And everyone's like, well, like if they have that bye week, then they don't have revenue. They don't have revenue. Like, yes, but you don't think that there's gonna be merchandise, there's gonna be ticket sales, there's still not gonna be things building up for that game, much like they do in the NFL and they do other things and they do in other sports. It's like, not every sport plays every week. It's like, you fucking morons. Like, there's so many different ways how we could take care of this. Because this 4-game bullshit, it's hilarious, because it absolutely makes no sense, and there's no reason why a football season should be everything will crumble after 1 win or 1 loss. Like, it's hilarious. It shouldn't work like that. It should be just like, top 25, half of 25. That should be that should be the top half of the top 25 get into the playoff, and after that, the top 8, they get a bye. After that, the teams play after that, and then the teams who are the lower seed have to go and then play against a number 1 team, because like that's what would be way cooler, because eventually there will be a time when a number 2 like Ohio State, or number 2 Michigan, or number 1 Ohio State, one of them will play against a 16 seed. They'll play against kind of like when New England played against the Giants, and the Giants had like a shitty season. They were like 7-6 or something like that, or 7-5. What were they had an awful. They were barely 500, and they played against New England. They played against the Patriots in the Super Bowl when the Patriots were 17-0 and beat them. Things like that happen. But no. NCAA doesn't want that. What they want to do is they want to take people's Heismans away. Who I mean, I guess against the rules. understandable. I understand that you shouldn't take money, you shouldn't do this, but you should be paying these people because these people aren't going to school; they're going to play football. But you know, they might have taken some money, and but like though that money, that money and the cars and that food, it's like that doesn't like make them score touchdowns. What makes them score touchdowns is them. That's what scores the touchdown. But it is what it is. It is what it is because there's no reason why Reggie Bush shouldn't be in the Heisman. He should not have his Heisman back. It's hilarious. It's just everyone's cheating and all of it. It's sports. It's not real. It's not real. It's much like social media, just not a real thing. It just is a thing that we just yell into the abyss into. We're just yelling into a big bowl of water. There's no difference between the two. It's the same thing. But hey, I'm just a guy with a fake fire in the background. I don't know anything. I don't know much. I really don't. I don't know. So, okay, so I guess and the steam is slowed down. Let's see what do we else do? What else do I have to talk about this week? The Michigan stuff is done. Yeah, it's always funny. I never understand. Is it just me, or do people who like when they post pictures of them, like they're like, I'm reading a Bible? It's always in the most like sexy, provocative way. One. What's up with anything? It's just like attention. Like I don't understand why I get so upset by it. It's hilarious because here's a moment of John trying to talk something out through his brain. He's just, it's hilarious. It's just like that's why social media is hilarious because it's so fucking gross. Unless you're like trying to do something. I'm not saying what I'm doing is great. I'm not trying to, but I at least this is how my mind works. My mind works in the sense of like, well, I'm trying to get better at myself. I'm trying to do something that I'll get better at. Okay, that's one. That's something for me. And two, like if someone watches it, they might like it. They might enjoy it. They might want to want to do their own like version of a podcast or whatever. And then I feel like somehow your help not, is as a as what's arrogant as it sounds. Like, I guess you're helping society a little. You're trying to make society better. You're trying to make it grow a little bit. But then like there's these people who just post nothingness, and you're just like, what is it? And you're like, John, like there is nothing for them. They're an accountant. Maybe that's what it is. They're just an accountant, and their way of doing their podcast is just showing themselves in a thong. It's like maybe that's what it is, and it's not even that because that's such a low hanging fruit version. There's also the people who like will post like it's not even like it'd be one thing. At least you gotta at least give me credit in the sense of these are my thoughts. I'm saying what I have to say because I'm just thinking off the cuff. I'm just talking for 30 minutes. There's these people who post like these inspirational shit. They will post inspirational crap on the social medias, and you're just like, what is this? What is this? Like, oh God, let me see if I can find something because I've been taking screenshots of a lot of them lately. Oh, here's one. Don't believe everything you read in. Oh no, that's not it. That was the funny thing. Do you love how like when you're talking, then like you just slam the brakes on things because you don't have things prepared, and you're just like, well, this is how it is. And you're just like, let's see here. Let me go over to here. See, the moment is even, what's so funny is that the moment's gone too. And here. Oh. So it's things like this. It's like it's absurd because it's not even like your thought. I can't. The moment's even gone. I can't believe we can continue doing this. But here it is. It's like when I was young and immature, I had to get clarity. I thought clarity was the only way I could walk out of a situation. But let me tell you, the best kind of clarity is deciding to walk away from confusion. It's like, I get it. You're trying to, like, do self-help. I don't understand. Maybe I just don't understand self-help. Maybe self-help for me would be, it's like you go to a therapist. You go and you talk to someone. You go and you ask someone, it's like, hey, this is how I think. I know this might not be right, but this is how I've been thinking. Like, am I thinking the wrong way? Am I thinking the right way? Is there like parts of it that are right? Is there parts of it that are wrong? And like, and what's so fun, honestly, to tell you the truth, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, half the time what's fun is even being wrong. Being wrong is fun. It's like, yeah, I was not even close to being right on that thought, on that process or whatever. And you just move on. You just move on, and then you laugh. You don't take yourself too seriously. But it's just like, why is it that's, I don't know. It's just so rough for me because I don't like doing this in the sense of, like, I like doing it to practice, but to, like, have to, like, promote and make and all that stuff's so dumb to me. I just feel like you're just wasting time. While you'd be doing that, you could just be doing stuff. You could just be making stuff, and making stuff is way better than just, like, sitting there, like, making into nothingness. Like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You're listening to the ramblings of a man doing a podcast who has to work later on today. I have to work on my off day, so I'm, like, doing this earlier, trying to, like, once I get this done, upload all of it, edit it. It doesn't take long. I act like this takes long. It takes longer for me to actually film it than it does to edit it and everything like that, because the computer does most of it. I just click on a bunch of stuff, combined it, sync it, put it down on a timeline, and then I just push export. I want to pretend like this thing is, like, so damn difficult, but it really isn't. What else? Stop taking fucking... This is me. This is my personal thing. I understand that, people can do whatever they want. I don't understand. Again, I don't understand why it makes me so goddamn... This is just so annoying. Because some people would be like, well, John, why don't you actually get, like, a real studio instead of just making a random fucking one in an office room? Which is fair. It's a fair thing to say. Like, I feel like people who post videos or pictures of them working out at Planet Fitness is the equivalent to like taking selfies in a Walmart bathroom. Just we're not asking for it. We're not wanting it. That's not necessary. It's like I don't know. I feel like I'm like, oh, they're going to some gym. Oh, okay. I give them a little bit. It's funny. I give them a little bit more respect because it's like, oh, they give a shit about their fitness. Or what they're doing is they're willing to spend more money on a gym membership that they don't use. Like, I don't understand that either. People who have a gym membership and don't use it. Like, it's like, granted, mine's cheap. I don't have that much. Like, I had one. Oh, I'll never forget when I had 24-hour fitness. 24-hour fitness, that was $29.99 a month. Now I have like $44 a month. It's like still nothing. Still absolutely nothing. And the only reason why I got that cheap deal was because I got my gym got bought out by another gym, and so I really had no choice. And in Kansas City, you have no choice. There's you have Genesis, which is like the biggest club gym in the area. They have like tennis courts because there's 3 different tiers. There's like there's the gold, there's the diamond, and then there's the platinum, which you would think it would be the gold, the platinum, and then the diamond, because you think diamonds are forever. Am I right? And so you so there's 3 different tiers, and I guess, even though I thought that, hey, you would think that if you bought out someone else's gym, you just give them full access to, whatever gym, because they really didn't want to be there. They don't want to be at your gym. So, but no, not this one, because they have such a monopoly on the greater Kansas City metropolitan area that they can do the fuck they want. They can just do whatever the fuck they want. And so they're so cunty. They're such cunt bags about, like, if you try to go into a gym that's like that's above your class, they'll stop you, like, sir, you have a diamond membership, or you have a gold membership. You don't have the platinum. And this is a platinum gym. And so then you're like, okay. And it was so funny. It's like, you'll be like, okay, well, how much is it to just go ahead and just upgrade and get access to all of them? They're like, well, you're going to have to come back when we have a sales associate here. It's like, no, I don't, because I'm like, I'm wanting to give you money. I want to give you money, and you're not taking it. It's just so fucking stupid. And the thing is, they can do it because they're like, well, go to Planet Fitness, go to Anytime Fitness, which is like, Anytime Fitness is, in truth, probably the best concept, because it's just, you just have a fob, just walk in, you can work out, do whatever, anytime you want. It could be 2 a.m, you can go in there. As long as you have your fob, you're good to go. But the only thing that sucks is, like, it doesn't have a sauna, and it's not really like that big. They're not that big with gyms. The gyms are not that big. So, and truthfully, some of the Genesis aren't that big. Like, the most ones I go to are not. They're more like just meathead gyms, like a warehouse. It looks like just like a warehouse that they just put a bunch of like old workout gear in. Rusted, like barbells and stuff like that. The metal ones that like chipped away, and half of it's gray, and the other part of it's like that rusted red, and it's like, it says 55 pounds on it. Yeah, it's that kind of gym, which is fine. Doesn't bother me any. It's just that I just don't like it when, like, they make the uppity gyms, and they try to make it seem like they're so great, because they're really not. They're really not. They have nice tennis courts. I'll give them that. Very nice tennis courts, but that's all I can say. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, you can tell I'm a dude who has about 6.5 minutes left on the podcast, and I'm just trying to get through it. I'm just a man going downtown, homebound. So, what else do I have? What else do I have to talk about? What is it? Anyone else excited for Thanksgiving coming up? Oh man, I don't mind it. I hate the food. I hate Christmas food, and I hate Thanksgiving food. I hate all that fucking food. I hate stuffing. I hate that dry ass turkey. I hate cranberry sauce. I just don't like any of it. It's all gross. It's like, I just wish I could have some just rice. I'll just take rice and eggs if I could get it. Anything's better than the crap people eat. Americans eat on Thanksgiving and on Thanksgiving. Well, Easter's pretty bad too, because it's like the coleslaws, because no one knows really, like, which is weird, because like there's 2 different coleslaws, which is also incredibly gross. There's the wet coleslaw, and there's the dry coleslaw. Just depends on what one you like better. Some people put raisins in it. Some people don't. Some people, or is that raisin salad, the one where they put carrots in? Because you also can put carrots in, like shredded carrots in coleslaw too. So it's just like, ooh, it's all fucking gross. It's all things that you just like left over. It just feels like it's just leftovers, and you're just like, let's throw it all together and just like, let's eat this and consider this the main horse. It's like the main horse. It's like, goo. Just not. It's not the greatest. Not fun at all. But yeah, I don't. I don't know. It's just, it's not good. What is this? Like I said, like I'm done if you're telling me the temp in Celsius or the tell me the length in kilometers. I don't want to know. I'm done. Oh yeah. I've gone over this so many times how much I hate the fact that we do this as people, as humans. We've done this to ourselves. We made electricity like different outlets, which is so stupid. We've made length and measurements different. Like, I guess it's the same thing, isn't it? Measurements and like temperature. Like it's like, why did we do this? Like why do we do this to each other? Like we insist on trying to like keep ourselves separate, and but it's like it's so much easier. Celsius is so much easier. It would be in retrospect because it goes by tens. It's 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, like that. And how we're like, yeah, 32 is freezing. It's like what? It's just a random number. It's just a random ass number. But yeah, this is the world that we live in. You can tell I've died. I've died. I'm just sitting here. I have to go into work soon. It's so funny. It's like at the time. Because you're working when you get told, like, yeah, you want to come in on, but you're like, yeah, I'm already in the fucking process of the work week, like, whatever. And then you have a day off, and then you're like, okay, and then I always have like 2 days off. You're like, oh no, this is supposed to be my second day off, but I'm going to be going in now, like halfway, like midday. It's like, oh, this is fun. This is going to be real fun. But hey, money, right? Like, I shouldn't complain. I have nothing to complain about. It's not even going to be that hard of a job. Like my job's not hard. And I get health insurance, I get vision, I get dental, I get all of that stuff. And then it's like, I have to understand that, like, some other people in other parts of the world, they don't have those luxuries. They don't get those things. Like, they're lucky to even get money from a job. So it's like, oh, I know, that third world guilt that you have. But it could be worse. It could be worse. There's worse things in this world. There's worse things in the world. Like imagine, like, be thankful where I live. Like, I could be living over in the Gaza Strip right now. Oh my God, which would be insane. Like, that's the thing we don't understand. Like, that's going on right now. As I speak right now, that's going on. And we're just sitting here, and you're probably just eating Cheez-Its listening to this. And I'm thinking about wanting to eat some Cheez-Its doing this podcast. And, this is kind of, this is just where we're at. And then, I put clothes away and move clothes from the washer to the dryer, and then, call it a day. And then I go to sleep. It's just, it's circle of life. I've been listening to a lot of, like, film theory things. Like, the movie Titanic is like, like Jack, he's a time traveler. Like, was it Finding Nemo? The Dora, she's not really like Dora the Explorer. I guess Finding Nemo is another one, but Dora the Explorer, she's inside of a video game, and like, the devil has her stuck into the game. It's weird, just different weird things. I don't. Just part of life. I have like 10 seconds left on this podcast. If you got this far, thank you so much. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Be safe. Be good. Wash your hands. Look both ways. All right, bye.